Hey, Browns fans, Bears fans, and burnouts. This is your main man, J-Rex, here with my main man, B-Weird. What's going on, brother? How you doing this evening?
I am doing fan-fucking-tastic, man. We're sitting here together for the second time ever.
Right. Second time ever.
Not ever, but recording.
Recording for the second time ever in person, right? 420 was the other time, our 420 special, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We actually, today, September 26th, just got back. Probably, I want to say 3 hours ago.
Ate some chili.
Had some chili, and we came back from the Bears-Browns game.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did.
And it was an interesting experience.
I almost feel bad I have to take credit here because otherwise Skip said he would yell at me. So I wished Justin Fields into existence. I predicted that one way or another he would be starting week 3 when we went to the game today. And he was. He was the starter today. And he had 1 yard of passing offense. He averaged 1.1 yards, the Bears did, of offense per play. They had, what was the stat that he sent us? It was a really good stat.
It was like 1.1 or something like that.
Yeah, no, I just said that.
Oh, you said that one.
20 pass attempts in a game, got sacked more times than he threw a completion.
That's crazy.
Really, really sorry. I feel really bad that I wished him into the starter role.
I mean, that's really bad.
That the right play now is to just kind of let him sit back the rest of the season until they get an offensive line, because otherwise he's just going to continue to get beat up.
He's going to just get his ass beat the whole season. The whole season.
On the other side of the ball, though, for the Browns,
right?
I did see Myles Garrett finally make his run and step up towards the Defensive Player of the Year prediction.
And he also set the sack record for the Browns in a single game at 4.5 sacks in a single
game.
Sure
as fuck did.
We witnessed that live. Like, who would have thought that when we went to the Browns game that we would witness Myles Garrett setting a Browns franchise record at the game?
Maybe Skip will stop bitching about Joe Woods for a week.
I know. And then he's
Just
and then he wrote that, like, I predicted that Joe would say that the Browns defense would play better.
He did. I'll give him his credit right now.
Oh, my God.
Right here,
it's ridiculous.
I will give him his credit. And maybe if I give him his credit live right now, he'll go on a week-to-week basis of not giving me shit and you shit for Joe Woods.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I saw anything this week that would tell you that Joe Woods is a bad defensive coordinator. Do you?
So can we go on a week-to-week basis, Skip?
Like, honestly. I mean, probably not, though, because he's
I doubt it, but, this is my plea.
Yeah.
This is my plea.
He's also a rankings bitch, so keep that in mind as well. He is. He's rankings bitch.
Absolutely.
He's like, rank this, rank that. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not ranking everything. Right. Like, no, Skip. All the time.
I am excited for the NBA season, though, to start, so he might be able to loop me into some rankings in the NBA season. Be warned.
All right. Well, I mean, it was an incredible game. A couple of funny things that happened at the game. So first, give me some credit, right?
Yeah, you called that JOK sack right out the gate.
Yeah. So we were watching the game, and I saw JOK kind of like flirting around with the line of scrimmage. Like, as soon as I sat down, after, what did we pick up, food or something? I think we're getting food.
I don't know if it was before or after. I was really stoned.
Yeah, I don't remember. So we came back from sitting in our seats, and we came back and sat down, and I'm like, oh, man, JOK is, like, flirting with that line. He's about to blitz. He's going to sack Justin Fields. And literally what happens? Flew right by. Nobody blocks him, and he lights up Justin Fields. Flew right past him and lit up Justin.
Almost everybody was flying right past all game.
Yeah. So I called that, and the guy even turned around. He's like, damn, dude, you called that. You literally said that's what's going to happen, and that's what happened. So JOK had a fucking great game. Great game.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all over the place.
All over. I kept telling you this during the game. I'm like, dude, all I see is 95 and 28. Just 95 and 28.
Clowney was all over the place too, which was nice to see.
So they had 9 sacks as a team, okay? There are teams that don't get 9 sacks in an entire season.
Right. But, it's like I always say, defense, it builds from the start, like from the line, and it builds out to the linebackers and then the secondary, and that really showed today.
Yeah.
It really showed.
Greg Newsome played a phenomenal game.
All thanks to the Bears' offensive line being non-existent.
I dare argue I think the Bears have the worst offensive line in football.
That I can't argue against that after witnessing that in person today. It was a slaughtering.
I mean, Justin Fields got sacked 9 times. There's no reason that Matt Nagy should have left Justin Fields in the entire game after he had been sacked 9 times. It's not taking care of your quarterback.
No.
That kid is your franchise, and Nagy's a fucking idiot.
I mean, I don't even know if like the answer was like running the ball more with Montgomery or what.
Screen passes. They could have run some screen passes.
They didn't even have time to do that. Like, it was so bad. It was just, I don't even know what the answer was today. I really don't.
The Browns just dominated on both sides of the ball.
I do like that they played to each other today, so we don't have to talk about like them separately. We could just talk about the game.
Right. Isn't that it's different? Nice. It's different. Right. We've never had that before. So, I mean, like the Bears defense played really well today in the first half.
Really did.
They stopped the Browns in their own 30 twice, and the Browns turned the ball over on downs. The Browns had no real turnovers other than that.
It looked like the timing was really, really off.
Yeah.
Until Kareem Hunt just
took over.
He willed them into the game.
Yeah.
He really did.
He really did. And then Baker threw in the last 2 minutes, threw a last a 2-minute drill touchdown to Hoop in the back of the end zone, and Hoop made a diving catch, and it was a great catch. It was a great catch, and he earned some money that they paid him a fortune today. And it just felt like the momentum, even though we went into halftime like that, just really turned after that.
Kareem Hunt broke through that for that running touchdown.
Yeah,
really just
changed everything. And then I think the biggest bullshit play of the game, like honestly,
Browns won 5 of the last 6 games at home.
That's crazy.
Up on the TV. That's a great stat, though.
Yeah, look at them. There's Kevin Stefanski. He wore an awesome orange shirt. He stood out like a sore thumb. It was great. We have arguably the best head coach in football. I love him. He's so fucking good. So a couple things that pissed me off. That John Johnson interception. I'm furious.
That was a clean interception to me.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little incidental contact. That's playing football, guys. Honestly. He didn't push off aggressively and shove the guy down. He just kind of tried to get himself
in between the Bears' 2 best wide receivers.
Yeah. Right. And he made a clean interception on that. And I think the refs really fucked the Browns on that play. I mean, but the Bears got a break, and then they got whatever. They called it a pass interference play because they said he pushed off. And the Bears got a break and got to kick a field goal, but that was the last time they scored again. Yeah. I mean, it really sucks to see what the state of the Bears is right now. I mean, it's not good. It's not good.
With how good their defense really honestly could be and is at times, and they weren't even at full strength today with some of their injuries today. That offensive line it kills them. It really, truly kills them. Montgomery, when he breaks free, he's a great running back. Robinson, Mooney, they have weapons. They really do.
They just have no offensive line.
The offensive line, everything starts there.
There's an old saying in football.
Everything starts there.
There's an old saying in football that someone once told me, and it says, if you can't block and you can't tackle, you're not going to win games. Yeah, it's all about blocking and tackling.
And they can tackle.
They just can't block.
They can't block. They can't block for shit.
And the Browns were able to block and tackle today.
Yeah.
They were able to block and tackle today for sure.
Did they tackle.
I mean, they blocked too, though. I mean, Kareem Hunt got sprung on 2 big runs. Yeah. And DPJ played well. Odell had a fucking phenomenal catch that set them up for a great field goal.
Boy, did that place fucking light up when Odell came out.
Yeah. Food was okay. It wasn't anything
tell me about your experience just being back there for the first time.
Well, I mean everyone, the place is electric. I mean, it just was absolutely I've never been in First Energy before like that in my life. Every game, we used to go in, it's kind of sour, you know what I mean? Everyone's kind of trudging it
over a decade.
Yeah, 15, 12 years. So it was just an electric. Everyone was super happy and in a great mood and ready to see the Browns kick some ass, and They fucking did. They fucking went out there and took names and cracked some skulls. Yeah, everyone's barking and shit. And people are like going berserk and like the place is loud, dude. Like on third down, that place got loud.
Dude, people were barking when we parked right out of the
yeah, man.
Right out of the gate.
And it's cool now that you can only get a ticket in Cleveland when you are smoking an L walking down the street on like St. Clair. So that was pretty dope.
And I was like, yo, just pass me. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And then the other one cracked though. So that sucked.
I know. I was upset.
Yeah. I know. I went and bought more wraps though.
Pockets aren't the best for it.
I know. Yeah.
It's on me.
Yeah. But it's all right, So we had we need to get a hard case. That's the trick. It was a great game though. I mean, the Browns played a great game. And Justin Fields, if they can get some fucking offensive line for him, is going to be really good.
Yeah.
They
got to do something.
I mean, the secondary was lights out for the Browns today. Absolutely lights out. I mean, they did not throw. What was it like? They had 1.1 yards per pass attempt
per play.
Per play. Oh my
because
god!
They had 1 yard of passing offense.
1 yard of passing offense.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's awful. It's
1 yard.
It's literally nothing.
Matt Nagy needs to be fired. I think that's apparent.
They need to do something.
I mean, they have talent. They have plenty of talent. I feel like, what did Peen say? He says he's like embarrassed. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He was like embarrassed of the game today that the Bears played.
And he owes me $5.
Ah! Better pay up, assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah. I wonder if he won his parlay. I forget what he bet, but I don't think.
Odell looks great. Odell looked great today. He made some impressive catches.
Just came up on the screen.
Yeah.
Justin Fields expected to remain starting QB next week.
No. Why? They're gonna They're gonna Tim Couch this kid because they have no line. Luckily, they're playing the Lions, and the Lions are trash too. Oh, Justin Herbert is hurt now too. Is that what I just saw?
Expected to play. Andy Reid rushed to the
hospital suffering chest pains. Oh my god! So we're actually getting live news as we're sitting here.
News.
Yeah. Huh. So the Chiefs are in trouble. The Browns just came out with a dominant win today over the Bears.
I really like where the Browns are sitting today.
So what do you think? So I'm not going to be able to watch the game next week. So what do you think about the Vikings next week? That's Kevin's team. He's going back home.
I mean, I don't ever want to sleep on the Vikings. Dalvin Cook can break free at any moment and rush for 200 plus yards on anybody. I don't ever sleep on him. Kirk Cousins is, whatever. He's Kirk Cousins.
He's not better than Baker Mayfield. People say he's better than Baker Mayfield. Not even fucking close.
No.
Not even close.
He doesn't have
the moxie or the chutzpah to be able to play football. No. He's a soft bitch. That's Kirk Cousins' issue.
I think the Browns are definitely the better team, but I think that it'll be a closer game than you're thinking.
What do you think? 2 scores, 1 score? What are you thinking?
1 score game.
1 score game. Yeah. Okay. What happens if they blow out the Vikings again?
That'd be great.
Well, what do you think about the team then? Are you think they're going to go up at all in power ranking lists after this game?
They should. Howie Long just said Myles Garrett won the day for
the entire NFL. Yeah. 4.5 sacks in one game. Yeah. It should have been 5, but and dude, JOK is so good, man.
He's gonna be.
He's gonna be so good, dude. Oh my god.
I'm very excited for this Browns defense.
They're gelling, and Skip can stop whining all the time and sending us text messages about Joe Woods.
I'm excited for the Bears defense too. Honestly.
Bears defense look great, man. They give the Browns fits.
Very good.
They gave the Browns a lot of problems, and here's the issue. The Browns wore out the Bears defense into the second half, and then Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb just started annihilating them, and that was the end of it.
I think they said Nick Chubb averaged 3.6 yards per carry today.
Yeah.
And normally he's closer to 5,
which
is very, very good for any running back.
And Kareem Hunt had a day, though.
And, he had to fight for those 3.6 today.
Yeah, the Bears were tough on the defensive line, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you can't protect the quarterback and you can't score points, you're not going to get it done.
Exactly.
You're not going to get it done.
Exactly.
And that's why the Bears lost today.
And that Bears defense that's equally as good as this Browns defense is and can be, they're going to be fucking wasted. They're going to be wasted if they're on the field constantly, just like Justin Fields is going to be wasted if he can't do anything. They got to fix it.
It's a problem. It's not good, Bob. It's not good.
Like, obviously, it's not something that can just be fixed right away this year, just like that.
I can say this much. If they do not draft a tackle in the first round,
it's something that has to be fixed in the draft and the free agency.
Well, when Andrew Berry came in his first year as GM, he did a very nice job of shoring up the Browns' offensive line, signing Conklin, getting Jed Wills.
Yeah. And
they've done a fantastic job with second-string offensive linemen, and they have the best offensive line coach in football. But, they need to be able to put some sort of program like that, Chicago does, like the Browns did.
Yeah.
The Union is an example of what you need to have as your offensive line. That's what I call the Browns' offensive line, the Union.
I like that.
Yeah, the Union. I'm trademarking it.
You should.
Yeah. You want to help me? Sure. Are you a lawyer?
Bird law.
Bird law, right. Yeah. Various bird things and bird natures. Yeah.
People's knees.
Ghouls.
Magnets.
Ghouls. It's the implication. No, I mean, they need to play hard. In other news, the Steelers lost to the Bengals today, and which is absolutely hilarious, and they're not going to win anything as long as Mason Rudolph is playing quarterback for them. I don't know what they were thinking, not having a succession plan to Ben Roethlisberger in place over the last, 2 or 3 years.
We knew that was going to happen, in this offseason, though, which was...
I mean, we shit on the Steelers a lot, didn't we?
We knew that they didn't have a plan after Ben Roethlisberger, and we saw that was happening. We saw that was going to happen, and we watched it happen.
Yeah, and Ben is hurt, and Ben's not playing. So I mean, and that's really the issue here. I mean, and honestly, it's fucking hilarious.
Works for me.
It works for me. The Ravens also almost lost today to the Lions, and if it wasn't for Justin Tucker kicking a 66-yard field goal, they would have lost to the Lions.
I'll tell you what, as much as I hate the Ravens and the Packers, Mason Crosby and
who?
The kickers.
I don't know.
The fuck's his name?
Cody Parkey?
No, the Ravens kicker.
Oh, Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker and Mason Crosby.
Yeah.
They're both fucking lights out.
Oh, they are. They very much are. And
I wish that the Bears or the Browns, either of them, ever had a kicker like that.
We did. His name was Phil Dawson.
Well, yeah.
And Robbie Gould.
And Robbie Gould, yeah. But now, I wish.
Well, Chase McLaughlin had a great game today.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I want to say something about the Browns, though, that really pissed me off. The return game.
Blocks in the back.
How many blocks in the backs today were there? Right. I'm sorry. How many block in the backs were there today? How many? It's just frustrating as shit.
At least three, I think, 3 or 4.
It fucks your starting field position.
Yeah,
it really does.
Kills it.
It just frustrates me to no end. Mike Prever's supposed to be a good special teams coach. They need to fix their return game.
You got to tighten that up as the season goes on.
Yeah, and another thing I want to say is they're not getting great field position on the return game either. Demetric Felton played okay today in the return game. He'll get better, but
you're not starting anywhere much better than the 20 or 25.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't get special. We used to be able to get special team touchdowns and stuff like that. Right. We don't get shit like that anymore.
That's really rare nowadays.
You think?
I think, yeah.
All right.
But I would still like to see us start somewhere between the 30 and 35, or even closer to the 40 once in a while.
Yeah. Let's get a little luck on our side. They almost muffed the punt.
Yeah.
They should have muffed the punt. Should have been an interception. There should have been 2 takeaways in this game.
Yeah. At least.
At least. Yeah.
Myles could have knocked a couple of balls loose at times.
Yeah. There they were neutral though.
This game could have been a much bigger disaster for the Bears than it was.
They got lucky. And the Browns still dominated them on all sides of the football. Yeah. So Browns moved up and down the field at will. They just, Bears did a pretty decent job keeping them out of the end zone.
They were pretty out of sync, too, for the most part.
Who, the Browns?
Offense. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're getting used to Odell being back. Jarvis is out. They're having, they're making adjustments.
I looked at you at one point and I said they really miss Jarvis
Landry.
They really did for a while.
Yeah. I think they kind of figured it out, though, throughout this game. I think
Eventually, they worked through it.
I think they worked through some of their offensive problems without Jarvis in this game, and I think they kind of cleaned some stuff up, and it was a good win, and they dominated. 9 sacks, man. 9 fucking sacks. 9. Yeah. My coworker says I should go to the game every week.
Yeah, I agree. We should.
Yeah, I'm not moving back to Cleveland.
No talking Mrs. Rex into that.
No talking Mr. Rex into that. Really, what was interesting also is Kansas City lost today.
Yeah, 1-2.
Who did they lose to again? The Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
Right. The Chargers?
Yeah, it was the Chargers. They lost to Justin Herbert. So, I don't know, man. And Andy Reid's having heart attacks.
Yeah, that's not good.
I like where the Browns are.
Like I was saying, last season, Kansas City didn't look like themselves like half the season. Like they were on and off. And, Patrick Mahomes is always unreal. Kelsey's unreal. But they still have a lot of question marks. And they came back against us. And until proven otherwise, they are still one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the NFL. Not going to take that away from them. But they're also beatable, obviously. That's clear now. We can beat them. I think that's clear.
I think we can definitely beat them.
I think that we let them come back. They know that we let them come back. And I think that they know that we can beat them as well.
I think the defense is in a different place now than it was in week 1 also.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Defense said, I'm here, arrived today.
Odell is back now, too.
Yeah. The defense arrived today.
Pieces in place now that are back.
We need Jarvis to come back. He'll be back at some point.
Myles is in much better form now than he was in week 1.
Yeah, he is. He's dominating. Yeah. And he's, by the way, back in contention for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep,
100%.
Just need Chandler Jones to slow his roll.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I also think that the Steelers I'm drooling for the Steelers. Drooling.
Yeah, no, we're going to light them up, I think.
Aren't you excited to play them?
Yeah.
Do you think they could possibly sweep the Steelers?
Yeah. I said that before the season that we were going to sweep them. Them and the Bengals.
Yeah, man. The Bengals beat the Steelers, though, today.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad for the Steelers to lose. Pretty bad. So, I mean, the Steelers are in last place in the division.
I like that we went separate ways there.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's pretty bad.
Pretty good.
It's pretty pathetic, though. The Steelers are pathetic. And
I like the role reversal, though. It's good.
Yeah. The Steelers are pathetic.
I like that their one bright spot is still Najee Harris, who's good for my fantasy team.
Yeah, my fantasy team shot the bed this week.
They did.
Yeah. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. It's a long season.
I'm starting 3-0.
Yeah, fuck you. Let's talk to me in week 19. Whatever it is. Yeah, no, I mean, it was a pretty fun game. I had a good time. The crowd was great. It's good to be back home. It was probably the nicest day of the year in Cleveland.
I don't know about all that.
It was perfect out, dude. It was like the temperature was perfect. It was nice and cool.
It would probably be the last beautiful day for like a football game in Cleveland.
You think so?
For like a Sunday, for like at the Brown Stadium, probably.
Yeah, well, they're going on the road after this game.
Right. So
yeah.
like the last like really nice home game.
Yeah, and they'll be like mid-October probably next time they play at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, Matt Nagy needs to be fucking fired, and I think that's another thing. Kevin Stefanski, they should give Roald the Brinks truck. Matt Nagy needs to be fired. Is that fair?
I think they need to figure out how to get an offensive line.
It wasn't just the offensive line. It was his play calling, B.
Yeah.
It was his play calling.
Like, they also didn't have an answer for anything. Like, it didn't matter what they tried to do.
They picked up like 6 first downs the whole game, they said.
Right.
6 first downs the whole
Every
game.
10 minutes, there was 1 first down.
Yeah.
That's
They punted like 10 times apparently or something.
right.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's working, clearly.
Well, Jadeveon Clowney had 2 sacks. JOK had a sack. Myles had 4.5. I think a couple other people had some. They were giving everybody sacks.
Like, they just
ate them up.
Yeah.
Ate them up.
Nothing was working.
No, ate them up.
Like, Montgomery had like 1 or 2 nice runs. Fields had like 1 or 2 nice little runs because he had no choice but to escape, and Myles didn't get to him on time.
Could have almost got to him on time.
Right. Like,
came a half a second away from getting to him on time.
Like, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything.
Allen Robinson had 1 good catch. I saw 1 good catch by Allen Robinson.
There was a couple receivers had a catch for positive yards, but then he got sacked so many damn times that all those positive yards got eaten back up.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter.
Right.
Like,
9 times. He got sacked 9 times.
Nothing mattered for him today. Hopefully next week.
Who are they playing next week?
Is much better. I forgot already.
I know.
I'm pretty stoned.
Yes. Stoner memory.
Doing nothing but getting high for the last few hours and eating chili.
Yeah.
But next week they're playing the Lions.
All right. So they have a chance to have a get right game.
Yeah. I really think, next week hopefully we'll go a little bit more smoothly for Justin Fields.
Lions are garbage.
Oh, man, hopefully it'll go a little bit more smoothly for him.
Yeah.
It's at home too, so like,
they're in Soldier Field.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn. Crazy NFL season, man. Christian McCaffrey's out for a while too, by the way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's all right. My boy Sam Darnold will just keep running him in.
Man, old dead eyes. All right. Well, I think that's enough football talk for 1 week. We're at 27 minutes of it. What do you think?
You want to talk Titans?
Yeah, we watched the last episode of the Titans. What'd you think?
It was fucking great.
Yeah, it was great. It was.
So they were basically in like fucking like
purgatory.
Yeah. With Tim Drake trying to get back to Earth, from recovering from the bullet hole that went straight through him. Scarecrow shot him after he was following Red Hood, and Titans sent him to the hospital. So like the whole episode was them just trying to like escape from like these ghouls and battling ghouls. And it was Donna and
Tim Drake and Hank.
Tim Drake and Hank.
The Hawk,
yeah. And like purgatory, but then also Raven.
It was also about bird law too.
Finally, yeah. Raven finally, Raven. Where the fuck were they?
Themyscira.
Okay.
Themyscira, the Amazon planet or island, whatever it is.
Yeah. Finally got some fucking Raven back.
I know.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, they did a Raven episode. It was pretty boring without her.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't boring without her.
I don't know, man. Raven's like one of the best characters.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
I know.
She's my favorite.
I know.
But, yeah, finally got Raven back.
Yeah.
And that was funny. Like, basically just, like, toying with her, trying to put that, like, soul statue, rock statue back
Right,
there.
yeah. They're trying to put it was teach her a lesson that she can't fix broken things.
Right.
And then she's like, her powers look like she's pretty fucking in control of all of her powers and everything now. Yeah. Like they trained her to be like completely in control of her powers. So she's probably going to be a full-on badass now.
Yeah. So Donna and Tim Drake both got back to Earth.
Yeah, they fought their way through the ghouls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hank sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
Bruce faked his own death.
And Donna saves him at the end of the episode.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that Raven, Donna, and Bruce are all going to be at that.
There's going to be some shit like that. No, he was in some castle. I don't know where the hell he was.
He was there with them.
No, he wasn't in Themyscira, I thought. I thought he was in like some castle off on an island.
I'm pretty sure they're all in the same place.
Well, if he's in Themyscira, we'll find out.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
We won't quote us on that.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
All right, so we'll find out. But it was a pretty good fucking show. Yeah.
I'm excited.
I
love that fucking show. It's so good.
So yeah. No,
Cubs have lost 15 or 16 straight now to the fucking Cardinals.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Just a little side note there.
Cubs are one of the worst teams in baseball.
It's fucking terrible.
They fire sold the whole team. They got nothing left.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Cupboards are bare, man. Yeah. Cupboards are bare.
Go Guardians.
Go Guardians. All right, so let's wrap her on up, shall we? Yeah, no concert of the week this week.
Yeah, no, we can. I'm gonna post concerts from the Chicago shows.
Okay.
That I went to for Dead and Company that were fucking amazing. With Cousin Peen and the Prodigy. They were fucking great.
I am going to the Dead and Company a week from Wednesday, and that will probably be a concert of the week at some point as soon as I come back from that show.
That sounds amazing. I hope you have an amazing time and be grateful that you are going.
Right? I'm always grateful.
Absolutely.
Because you could be dead.
Hey. We are going to Jazz softball game.
Yes.
And
E-Money. Shout out to E-Money for giving us the tickets.
Thank you again.
Yeah, that's about it. No suicide prevention hotline ring because we don't have a script.
We don't have the script.
We bullshitted our way through this because we actually went to the game.
Yeah. But thank you, everybody. Peace.
Go Guardians.